gay, via Yatty, Lizage, I say, oh, Miamurai, and Badrio, I'm a part of my trade, well, on it goes away. Alazaibo, that Gianna, we say you, Papa Mora, get up when anywhere, Momba Sivole, l'arrangeur national, très trop fort. We are glad that we want by say so when you are I want Saibo. Do a play you go back for Monyo. Papa Yengita, petit, blood of the Sonny. Kaidaka. Pena Paya was a go, Mambo Panyago. Apollo Akaway. One was a young café. We are for them one money upper clay you can. None your see one. What's the matter to your way at being on your own? Emo Nesetoka. With this one, where they have it. Koworia, I can't salute. To a gather to your way at being on your one. Emo Nesetoka. Now, with this one, where they have it. Koworia, can you get? Now, conquering your way when I know sound Fabian. Yayo, let's do what we just grab it to work on. Say your book on ya. Are you an owl? Saibo, that Gianna, we say you over. I want to your Pamala, need a boy. And yes, I'm going to buy them when we get. Hey, Gay, one of what I guess me, I'm going to end it the well. Oh, Say, Bobo, that Gianna, we say you will. So, like it, I'm going to never go. Netonia, are you? Oh, but just say, oh, yeah, I'm a walking about. Kaidaka. When it goes to a popular net, you don't know halfway. I just know. This is what I say. Saibo, yeah. You're like, do I name one by? My name on tele by Potamu, Tanyada. Planning Papa, Pinagasia, Baka on Lage, the Buesipo, the BSC. There's no yes, you don't know one. There was a ball was a dressy, Mammo, Balibo, that Giano, and I will say you over. I will. Saibo. In back to a black guy, do it so say. I just want to lay a bat to an apple on your see you okay. Wait, you, Saibo. On the green, I walk like a bad day noir. It was a was. So, the one you're naturally found, let us play. Say, Bobo, that Giano, and I will say you over. I'm done it. Where are you? So, away. I know Russell, Cape Gospel. South Africa, your fault, your way. And you're for you, won't be and my one. I'm a pope, and you're don't finish it, I say, oh, Claudio. Say, if I can work, we are coming. Say, Bobo, that Giano, and I will say you over. I'm a paper, swallow, in the swallow. Pamuka, the man get daughter, Siko Bala. Claudio, I say, Say, I say, but you know, get one day, yeah. Your family, your thing, one day, now. Everyone, I say, oh, but yeah, I'm more now. Say about that, Giano, and I will say you. I wish I ruled you, but yeah, something you went. Say about that. you know I say, is it my yo? That was the yes, you also won't find you. I'm original, I say.
Alors, il a fait un son pour Mobile Production.
Arrangé Eric Glodé, le don de Dieu pour la musique de l'Ouest. Je te détesterai jamais, 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 au grand jamais. Mobile Production, Abia Dia au bois, Amounia Dron, moi et toi Pierre. Piero momoye, ato Piero ji awele, Piero momoye, ah Piero we, ndato Piero so pronounce ato Piero ji awele, akosia o, moye, Piero momoye, mosa bosa iko momoye, Piero ji mo were, mandoye mo, ah Piero ji mo were, mandoye mo, Piero we, ha ji awele, Piero momoye, Mobile Production. Copier Mobile Production. Assez au clano. Y'a un gars l'amour le côté. Piero moye, Piero moye, Piero moye, Ericona, Piero moye, Piero moye, ah Chalicona, Piero moye, ato Piero moye, die na pa yeble, do Piero die na pa yeble, ah nie Piero we, ah Piero we, moye, Piero moye, Erico ja do Piero we, mare bomu ja do Piero we, Erico de bomu ja do Piero we. Mi ọmọ daka dojan le ko ye nyowo pa opa bla ye de nyani ye ble gba kije dia o anade kro aja be atia nyoro gba de ke abudi ye ono homono ne ka double ye so bo somo so ble so danyo passe ble asenyo na ye ta esa ye libo sanele e to Piero jawe ke to Piero point so we ke to Piero iwa mo pa kaya no e ka sene la taya mo la osiane to Piero ki agba ile papa ko ya o a to Piero moye ah nu agba mo e bibe ko agba mo e ah o nu agba mo e Piero we ah Piero nu agba mo e Piero we ah Piero mo moye o Piero moye kayo padà we nembo kango kayo padà we nembo kango ah tideji ah tideji we agia agia moye yaro moye 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 yaro moye moye ale moye
Testing. Yes, yes, yes.
motema tupela masumu ya mokili fungola motema oye mama munwe kumba oye mama munwe kumba nyonso zali kolo baba yebisinga nyonso zali kolo bana bato bayebisinga olobi tenga na lindi yo te mama olobi tenga na neglige yo alors que tovandinga na yo mingi mama okolisinga nga mpe nakolisi yo tokoli elongo ntango ya mpasi oye mama munwe kumba oye o mama munwe kumba tout ce que tu as dit sur moi on m'a rapporté tout ce que tu as dit sur moi on m'a.
Good evening, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I want to thank you very much for tuning in this evening, watching me making fool out of myself. I love it when I do that. Thank you for tuning in. It's going to be a packed show tonight. Friday evening, seriously, if you don't have anywhere to go, stay with us here on LIBERIA Public Radio, where we're here to discuss a little infrastructure issues happening in Liberia. So that's what we're going to do. We try to stay away from the politics aspect of Liberian life. However, we'll also consider ourselves a political junkie. So don't get me wrong. I will be involved from time to time to discuss politics. But this is what I feel. I feel as somebody who has little knowledge in the infrastructure section of the, whatever you want to call it, so I'll talk about that. So I'll continue to talk about roads and roads construction and road design. I will continue to do that. It's a very interesting Friday afternoon. Before that, let's talk safety. Folks, summer is here almost. Now, when you get on a highway driving, first of all, you have to notice, look around you. What is around you? Who's on your right-hand side? Who's on your left-hand side? How many lane highway are you on? Are you on a fast lane and doing slow speed? Get off the road. Are you in the slow speed and doing high speed? Watch out for the police. You don't want to be stopped by them. Safety. Here's other rules that they have. They call this 3-second rule. You're driving behind the wheel, hopefully concentrating on the road. As you're driving, keep your eyes ahead of you and pick a spot ahead of you and say, from where I am to that spot, I will count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. I should be at that spot. And you count. When you make that, that means you have the 3-second rule between you and the car and help yourself. Now, in case of accident, not that you're going to be avoiding hitting people, but the impact might be a little bit lessened. Let's put it that way. So you keep the 3-second rules ahead. Most of these highways here in the diaspora, in the United States that I know of, most of them, they are off and on ramps. It's about 3 miles apart most of the time. So if you get stopped or in case of accident and the traffic is not moving and you spend 2-3 hours in between the 3-mile segment, it's not an easy thing to walk a mile. It's a long way. Okay? So that's what I ask. Have flashlight with you. Have a blanket with you. Have water with you at all times, because you need those things in case of accident where you yourself might be involved. You want to drink water. Flashlight. You said, but Mr. Toe, we have the phone nowadays has lights. That's fine. But what if the batteries runs out and the car is involved in an accident? You're no longer getting juice from the batteries in the car because the electrical system is all shattered. What do you do? Flashlight. Blanket, so in case it's an accident, they always ask you to cover yourself. The accident victim is always covered up. to keep the heat within the person. Okay, water. So in case something happen, you're thirsty, you want to drink water, you have water with you in the car at all time. These things are important. Sometimes you think, oh, Mr. Toll, you're just talking too much. This thing will not happen to me. You don't know that. You're not God. Safety. By this time, you should be on the way of making sure your antifreeze has already been drained out, especially the radiator has already been drained out. New antifreeze in place. Your tires already checked out. Most of the time, what people do is this. You go buy tires. After 4 or 5 months, you go and rotate the tire. You take the back tire and put it in the front. Put the front tire in the back. You rotate the tires. Why? Because as you're driving, your alignment, sometimes the wheel's a little bit off. So you have your wheel, sometimes the right wheel is either from inside. But if you rotate the tires, you try to balance things out. By this time, you're doing that. You're also checking your windshield wiper. It's very important because now the rainy season is going to be happening. And if it's raining, you're driving. Most of the trucks that comes on the highway, they go boom, pass by, you splash big water on your windshield wiper. On your windshield. You don't have a good wiper, you have a problem. Your blade should be newer at this time so that whenever it happens, you can wipe the things out quickly. And some places nowadays, if they put a mud all over your you got to take care of that. That's the safety tip this afternoon. Folks, Samson told LIBERIA PUBLIRADIO. One of the major tape on this Friday that I say safety. Don't drink and drive. Maybe you can't hear me. And I feel for you if you're not able to hear me. Let's do this. Samson told say, don't drink and drive. Because drinking and driving don't mix. You're young. You come from LIBERIA, all the way from LIBERIA here to come put money in people's pocket. You come here struggling, going to school, have family member to take care of, have family member in LIBERIA. Everybody depend on you because of pleasure. On a Friday afternoon, you're going to get drinking with drinking drinks. The rare cup with drinking drinks. That's okay. You can have fun. But know your limit. Know what you can handle. Don't get behind the wheel and you're drunk. There's one or two things most likely might happen. One of them, you get home safety, nothing happened to you. Second, something happened, and we all of us from Liberia start regretting about you because we all love you. Don't tell me nobody loves. Every one of us have our loved one that care for us. Anything happen to you, we all gonna feel it. Don't do that. God forbid. Thank God nothing happened to you, but the police pull you over. And nowadays, you get pulled over. Your license is gone. Without driver license in this country, you can't do much. They might give you a work permit, but it's only good from house to work, not from house to school, not from house to the library, not from house to friends. You don't do that. And not only that, if you having to go to court, the money you will pay when you come from there and say, I will not drink again. Samson told speaking from experience. Folks, when I come out here to tell these things, most of us, I've been in this country for a long time. I'm telling you from experience. One of the bad things that happen, if you go to court, the court order you to go watch video. Accident video, drunk driving accident video. You don't want to watch that. You don't want to watch that. Because if you're somebody who have a soft heart like people like me, you don't want to watch that. Because it's so ridiculous to watch. You will feel so bad that you don't know what to do to yourself. That's not a good feeling. So what if nothing happened to you? You didn't get killed, but you're hurt. Who's going to take care of your family? Most of you young people nowadays, it's not like when Samson told was running around New York, Washington D.C., running here and there, no girlfriend. Well, no, plenty of that one. I'll talk about that. Ooh, I better be careful. Maybe my wife watch. That's 30 years ago. She can't do nothing now. But anyway, no. Sasugu on my phone. No, I'm just kidding with you. No, but seriously, at those days, nobody do baby business. But now, one of the interesting things that I have watched among the young Liberians, they are much, much more responsible nowadays than when I was growing up here in the United States. Because I came here at a very young age, frisky like nothing else. But when I was growing up here, who cares? But now, most Liberian young people, they want to get married, have family. Whether they going to school or not. That's responsibility. That's something I wish I had at those days. But I was just following football here, there, here, there. Okay? But why if you can't feed your family because you're hurt? You know what that would do to you? Inside of you. Inside of you. That's not something you want to do. So this Friday afternoon, I just want to take a special time to tell you this. You want to drink. You like drinking? That's good. Something on a Friday afternoon, Mr. Toe. I'm just coming from work. What do you want me to do? I want to relax. That's fine. If you go into a friend's house or if you must get drunk out, first thing you do, you get to that friend's house. And nowadays, they can sue the friend as well. You say, friend, I don't know you. I just can't drink. I want drink today. You have my car key. If you feel that I'm drunk and not able to drive, don't give me the car key. I'll be cursing you because the liquor will be cursing you. That not me. But make sure if you can't stand my cussing, put me in a taxi and take me home. You have my address and stuff like that. You make that kind of arrangement from the beginning. Or you go out with friends and have a designated driver, which I don't even trust anyway. That's the driver. Why if you go corner and start drinking? I don't even want to do that. Why go through all that trouble anyway? What I suggest you do, Raku said, you want to get drunk? Fine. On a Friday afternoon, get yourself a good set of beer. Start drinking in your living room. And those of you who watch Facebook on TV, on your live screen, put me on. Then you start arguing with me. What kind of fooly man here? He come from Liberia, people talking politics, talking about roll, he know nothing. You're drunk, but guess what? You're home. You're home. The only thing that I have to caution you on that, when you're drunk at home, don't put your hands on your loved one. Whether your daughter, your son, your wife, these are not your slaves. These are just human beings like any other person. You're drunk. If you can't go upstairs or if you can't go in the bedroom, lay down in the couch. That's your couch. The woman will say, you lay down in my couch again? Just say, okay. She know you're drunk. So folks, if you have to, only if you have to. But it's not something that I will advise you to do anyway. So these are things that I keep talking about. Okay? So safety this afternoon. Safety. Let's go on now and talk about some serious issue. As usual, I try to stay out of politics, but this one, the last 2 days, the drum beat on Facebook about the plane in Liberia is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. For me, like I said, I try to stay out of politics, but sometimes it's just difficult to stay out of something. I have had some conversation with other friends. In fact, we were on Mr. Social last night. It was a heated engagement. Nobody hate anyone, but people want to make sure their view was heard. And other people were very much hurt from what they were hearing. And I don't blame them. Because sometimes most of us try to read and believe what we're reading. And that's what the point that I was trying to make last night. And that is, you don't know. The president have a spokesperson. He told you what the issue was. If you're not certified, this man, the President George Weah, is not above the law in Liberia. If you feel that something else is happening, talk to your lawmakers. Then people say, well, the lawmakers themselves, they're corrupt. Hey, what can I say? That's Liberia. Are you going to go erase Liberia off of the map? You can't do that. These are your brothers and sisters that was elected, but also your brothers and sisters back home. So turn it over to them. Let's see what they can do. But to make matter shut, the president, I keep telling you guys, you don't want to believe me. The young generation of Liberia, they are sophisticated, including the president himself. He's young. These people, they're sophisticated, highly educated, disciplined. That's Liberians. So they go on Facebook. Every one of us go on Facebook, even the president. Most of the campaign was during the campaign season. You saw it was all on Facebook. Folks, so the president, from what I saw this afternoon, the president tried to explain what happened, how he got the plane, and I'm sure he was watching, and I'm sure he's been watching. So now I'm going to recalibrate my own statement of saying the people in Liberia don't care. I think I'll think twice about that, but I'm not ready to completely flip here this afternoon. But of course, I'm Blaku. I'm not ready to eat crow. Let's put it that way. I don't eat crow very easily, so I'll push the line still. But who knows? I'm wrong. But I was able to go through the Facebook, and I was able to find this other stuff here, and I'm going to be playing that for you before I go on to the road segment this afternoon. The reason why I continue to do, and I'm encouraging people to call in and tell me what I'm saying is wrong. If you have a better idea, come on, let's talk about it. And that's one of the reasons why I try to stay away from politics. Not that political conversation doesn't interest me, but those are all for me. I said for me. I said for me. Abstract. They're not tangible things that I can touch. Those are all ideas. And what makes you think that my idea is not better than yours? Why are you going to say that? My idea, as far as I'm concerned, superior than any other person's idea in the whole world. Who are you to say, no, your idea is wrong? What if I get outside right now and say the sky is red? You know what I can see? You know what my brain thinking? Whether I'm crazy or not? Please, so those are ideas. You don't go into arguing or engaging each other based on idea with a closed mind. You do that, you're going to defeat yourself. But when I'm talking about the road, when I'm talking about the road condition, the roads and things, I can come to it with a closed mind because I've done my homework. First of all, I've done my calculations. You can there's numbers. So there's no way I'm going to say it's 2, and if it is 3, you're going to know quickly. If I say 1 plus 2 is 4, you're going to know quickly. You put 2 fingers together and add 1 on there, you say, but it's 3. So those, I can come in with a closed mind because I've done my homework. You come to me and with a closed mind as well and prove me wrong. I don't mind that because those are tangible things that we can have a conversation on. Now, the process of this tangible thing that I'm talking about, I can't go to that process with a closed mind as well. Because the process itself is being guided by what they call, in engineering, they call it ASTOR, which is the Gulf Bible for all design procedures. Now, I can come to one design without using ASTOR. I can use California Highway Design Manual. And I could still be right. But ASTOR, I'm not going to discard ASTOR completely. But the California design concept of roads here in California is different than what it is the next door neighbor, Nevada, than what it is in Rhode Island. Because why? They are two different areas of the country. However, the basics of the design, California, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, the basics of design, roadway design, that is Astro design. Okay, so if you want to go through that, go look at it. All right, let me now go play the president comment. I'm not too sure what his setting was, whether he was having a press conference, but it's just a brief video. But I thought that I'd play it because these are some of the things that we'll continue to talk about. Now you can say, well, the president said, I don't believe it. That's okay. It's up to you. Nobody asking you to believe it. I'm not asking you to believe it. But the president have given us some explanation. So you say, I'm not satisfied. That's okay. It's up to you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, say, what you're saying or what you're doing is wrong. I'm not going to do that. But we, in this type of media institution, Liberian Public Radio is one of them. And one other thing I want to point out, and I pointed that out too last night, Liberian Public Radio is not a platform for opposition. Liberian Public Radio is not an opposition to nothing. Liberian Public Radio is a platform for people to come and discuss issues. You can bring in opposition. You can bring in party member. You know, all we ask them to do on Liberian Public is to be respectful to each other's ideas. You can't come on Liberian Public Radio and insulting people. Because when you do that, even if Liberian Public Radio commentators themselves let you go at it, when you do that, you're not going to have a good discussion because it's going to go over people's head. Every one of us you start insulting me, I'm going to get on the defenses. I'm not going to listen to you after that. And that's why if you lack the language, if you lack the common sense, if you're limited in discussing issue, don't get involved. Because quickly you're going to run out of words, and then the next thing you're going to start cussing people. Because sometimes it's difficult because if you run out of words and you don't know how else to express yourself, the anger takes over and you're going to be insulting people. And as a result of that, you're not going to get anything. The reason why you're calling is nothing. So basically, those of you that continue to call LPR and listen to LPR, we say we appreciate it. But this is not a platform for opposition. You can come here as an opposition and discuss the issue that you care about. But that doesn't mean you should force the issue in people's throat. It's not going to accept it. You should always be able to convince the people in your argument because that's what you're trying to do. But you can't try to convince somebody by insulting them because you're not going to be successful. So if you want to convince me, for me to come around your argument, to accept your argument, you have to make sure you talk to me. First of all, you have to be truthful. Second, you have to be stern. But you have to find a language that will be acceptable to both of us. That's how you get into engagement. You don't go on public media platform like this to insult people. You're not going to be successful. Just an advice. But that doesn't stop. That has not stopped people before. You can do whatever you want to say. You will insult whoever you want to say. It's up to you. But I'm just telling you, if you do that, you're going to be defeating your point. Okay. So now that I've given you this run-around information, let's go now to President Weah telling us about this wonderful, wonderful plane issue. Let's listen. I think it's about 2 or 3 minutes, not long, but let's listen in here and see what the president is talking about. Thank you for listening to Liberian Public Radio. Appreciate it. Stay with us.
Everything I do is not in my interest. It will be in your interest. This is buying plane business is causing trouble. And last night, all on Facebook last night, I was monitoring everybody talking. There's a guy that asked the guy that he said he's a Prophet K. I know you were on Prophet K last night, right? Well, I saw your testing. I saw the testing last night. Prophet K is upset that Mr. McGee You bought a plane, $30 million, and you park in the airport. When I even get bought, I will buy $10 million. So you see, when you get that kind of news, then it gets difficult. So the whole alignment on Facebook. There's some people, yeah, they want to do so. They should be taking care of people. They buy people for $30 million. But there's one guy that came up to say, Prophet Key, that is in Prophet Key. You know, everything you see in the newspaper is not true. And you on the Facebook telling everybody, you are a prophet. And he was very insulting, insulting the government and what have you. Then I asked my question, is he really a prophet or that just a name? Because men of God can't behave like that. If you have a problem, you address it in a way where people can understand you. And my test to the lady was, you agree with him, but you need to address the issue. He's not addressing the issue. He's just shouting and insulting the government police, they want police, Maggie, I know Maggie, I'm from Granjida, and blah, 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 blah. But people that are from Granjida don't behave like that. You understand? Now the guy asking, but do you have facts? He said, what do you mean I have facts? You read it from the Africa. But that's not facts. But from the Africa read something, it doesn't mean a fact. You understand? But the facts are there. And since you work with a minister of state, and I want you to understand that there's nothing will be done yet by the leaders that you will not know. If we decide to buy a plane, which of course is good for the country, they will decide to buy it. The first plane we'll buy will not be a private plane. It will be a commercial plane. One can take Liberia. One can take Liberia from Monrovia to go to Abidjan, to get to Guinea, the regional flight. And we've been working tirelessly to make sure that those companies that we've been talking to, in that meeting, we need Liberia to be a hub. Yes. Where people can catch a flight, because we are situated in the middle, where everybody can come to us. Liberia, you go to Senegal in 1 hour 15 minutes, you know, and so we've been approached for our Zooms to be a hub. Now, we stay in that discussion. And what did I ask you yesterday? I said, but Mr. Where are you talking about, President Where? Do you really know him? He said, you're talking about celebrity. This is somebody where there are so many friends. Most of my friends are wealthy. And most of the children that are sent to school from Cameroon, from Ivory Coast, from France and Africa, all those kids are all wealthy kids. And you see, during the campaign, I did not spend a dime to fly. The little boy that lived with me in Cameroon, George Wigger, and my daughter, you see my daughter there? I adopted her when she was 18. Now she 40 something, died sick. I adopted died from Cameroon. She's from Cameroon. So it tells you that it's not just only in Liberia that I work. Around the world. The little man that he lived with me as my son, that adopted John Wigger. It was easy for me to adopt him because it's Wigger, the way EGA, and our Wigger. So it was easy. Of Societe General Bank. Now, if that boy have a private plane to fly, or you have a plane, and I want to go to Brazzaville, and I said, George, I want to travel, he said, but I send him a plane to pick you and take you. How does that help Liberian people? You understand? Like the plane that they're talking about, I got a friend booking a Faso, the managing director of Eboma. I said, George, I have a plane. I see that you take Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, you take a good. But you also, when you go into business, you need to also build your prestige and come out of a place that, you know, it's not labor. I said, well, If I went to travel, see, when the charger call me, I'll send the plane to you. And that's the plane when you come one day, stay. That's the plane they say, about 30 travel back. 10 million. 10 million. So, these are the things. And it's not possible. So, we just come in. 10 million. If we get 10 million, you get the community, you got the community, we can build the road. Why would somebody go back? You know, so, and I know most of in the here we are all from different political settings. I know some of you that are still in opposition that don't realize that can be finished. You say to your corner, you say to your side.
Okay, there you have it. There you have it, folks. I just thought that I'd play that. When I came across that this afternoon, just play it so that will be part of the conversation. You heard the president explaining. Now, I'm sure other Liberians still not going to be satisfied. But for me, that's not much of an issue. Okay? Now, if the Liberian people feel that the man is buying plane and he's not entitled to it, they have to elect legislature. Those are people that have the power to check the president. That's why they call check and balance. Okay, and you have three type of government. You have three government over there. You have a senator, representative, a legislature. You call them the judiciary, and then you have the executive. So if things are not going well with Liberian people on one side, they can go to the other side and see redress. But for me, that's fine. We can come out here and have a discussion and have fun with it. However, we have to be respectful. Those of us that come on this public medium, Facebook, you have to do your homework before you come on air. Because you're not the only person watching it. It's not only Liberians that are watching it. It's been watched all over the world. These little discussions that we're having, what most likely we don't understand and perhaps we don't even appreciate is this, my opinion. Right where you want to say. It's this. Most of these things, negative things we're writing here, the president did, the people are corrupt, and the people. What is the Liberian resource that is bringing in money in Liberia that will be able to feed your brothers and sisters? Liberia always going out to borrow. Investors supposed to be coming in the country. There are some investors that don't care. They come there to make critical money. But there are some investors, they hear these kinds of stuff. They play these things. They hear people talking, complaining about the government. They say, well, I'm not even going to go in there. Why? Because these people sooner or later they're going to start trouble. So I'm telling you, do not criticize. That's not what I'm saying. There's two different things. But if we're going to criticize, we must have these kinds of stuff in mind. Because none of us here in the United States or in the diaspora is rich that we're able to, for example, I use myself. I don't have money to supply to Total for all of my brothers and sisters in Total that are still there to still be able to survive. But if investor gets to Liberia and perhaps start some sort of a company, because what make you think, I'll put that one side, what make you think you as a Liberian will want to take your hard-earned money to go invest in Liberia when there is conflict, when you want to go in Liberia when people are not understanding each other? That's what they say. Election is over. And I'm not saying most of the criticism is based on election. That's not what I'm saying. But the election is over. Let us criticize when it's criticism supposed to be. All of you, highly educated, respectful gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen from the Republic of Liberia, all of you care for Liberia deeply. All of you that continue to argue, want to see that country move forward. But these kinds of stuff, that's not helping us. So the man who giving the president a plane now, the president say, okay, well, my man, the people making too much noise. I'm taking my plane away. I don't want no problem. takes the plane away. President ready to travel. What happened? He's going to have to travel first class. He's a president. And all of these people that go with him, that money coming out of the pocket of Liberia. We talk, and this one I'll make my big mouth on it. We talk without proof, and we just say things. Sometimes we're right. Let me rephrase that a little bit. We talk without proof. However, there's been plenty of past experience. The past experiences that get us to this point. So what make you think if you see you walking behind something to a house, you go there, snake not by you. You come by again, start walking. You see anything crawling, you say, oh, that's snake. Because why? Experience. But that's not necessarily true. That's what make you an educated person. So that when you walk again next time you hear something like that, you're going to look and say, is this snake? If it is, then I will take action. But if it's not snake, I'm not going to stop walking. Because you have faith in yourself and because you have had the experience, you're an educated person. You can discern from one thing to another. So in this type of political realm, we all consider ourselves political guru. We consider ourselves political junkie. Some of us consider ourselves the best economists in the whole world. That's fine. You're entitled to it. But let us try to do a little bit better for ourselves. Again, I'm not asking you to curtail your criticism. That's not what I'm asking you. But let us have in mind that whatever we say, whatever we do in this medium, people are watching. People are watching. Let's take the country of India. Look how much company go over there to do business with them. India is just as corrupt as Liberia, but people go over there to do business because they feel it's a little bit stable. And what kind of business they go over there to do? The teleconferences or whatever. Have you listened to your phone company? People call you from India lately. What can we do the same thing in Liberia? But then the investors, they want to save their money. They don't want to be lavishing money that they can't get any kind of good benefit by when they put money in somewhere in some country. So the people are trying to find places for investment. But then you will argue, Mr. Toe, that's exactly what we're trying to say. We want these people to stop the corrupt behavior. I understand that. But this is how I will approach it. There are people in Liberia that have elected the lawmakers. And then you say, Mr. Lawmakers themselves, they're corrupt. I can't help you with that. I can't help you with that. These people. So you're saying that the voters, your brothers and sisters that voted these people in, their vote is also corrupt? So how do you deal with it? We can't do that. We can't deal with these type of situations, my opinion, by tearing each other down. It's not helpful. It's not conducive, especially from the country where we're coming from. Don't get me wrong. I can even go as far as to say that you love Liberia more than any other person. I told you guys the last time, I will continue to say, those of you that were born in Liberia, you can't take that country out of you. I don't know what's about that country. You come in this country, in America, enjoying the houses, but when you go to any, when was the last time you got to a party somewhere they're having something and never discuss Liberia? Never. 2-3 Liberians get together at politics. Liberian issue. So we love Liberia. But I'm just saying that we should be very careful. When these conversations come about, let's just think. What I'm saying here, if you don't like it, you can get off my page. I can come out here with one person. It doesn't matter. But I must be truthful. Not because I want 4,000 or 5,000 people to watch me, then I'm then going to make a controversial issue so that people will come and watch and make comments, things like that. That's not helping us. It doesn't help us. Because first of all, you talk about these things and people are going to find out later that what you're saying is not truthful. your credibility. Okay? So let us don't try to get into this Facebook operation or Facebook, what you want to call commentator and what have you, based on rating. Because if you do that, it turn into Fox News. Samson told. Folks, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. I just thought I'd throw that in here this Friday afternoon. Now I'm going to go on to the road. Again, I want to welcome all of you tuning into LIBERIA Public Radio. We appreciate it. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. Like I said, I am a political junkie myself. I read a lot. I also read something where it is alleged that the vice president went to Bond County to install some officer and she made some comment. If you're not with us, you're against her type comment. Well, that same comment was pretty much made here for the American government themselves. But again, we're relative, we're family. So if that's true, if the vice president really made that kind of statement, that's unfortunate. Because that kind of statement is something you make. If I leave Liberia and go to Ivory Coast, I can make that statement. But not in Liberia. It's just you just heard the president. The president just make a statement here that campaigns is over. So those of us that continue to hang on to the political party issue and things like that and want to take that into the realm of politics, discussion of Liberian issue, you're missing the mark. So for the vice president to come out, the statement attributed to her to say that if you're here and you're not joining the coalition, then we're going to have to dismiss it. If those are true statements, that's very unfortunate. That's very unfortunate because I think she's a very intelligent person, highly educated, very smart, has sacrificed a lot for the country. She's been senator for 12 years? And before that, she used to be first lady of the country. And the very first time that I read about this first lady, Madam Howard Taylor, she had put an organization together catering to girls, young girls in the street of Monrovia. Long time ago, I read that. So I think if that statement is true, then that's very unfortunate. But anyway, let's move on. Let me talk to my main subject here tonight. Road. Folks, I'm getting ready to talk about road. If you think you have no interest in it, I say thank you for visiting. We appreciate it. But if you do, please stay with us because it's going to be very interesting here tonight. I'm going to show you some more roads. That if these are repeat road segment, now they're no longer like that because it's raining now, and I'm not in Liberia to show you video of the raining, but I'm just showing you the dry season. So I want you to use your imagination. Now that it's raining, the area that I'm going to be showing you, now that it's raining, what do you think happening in those kinds of areas? That's what I want you to look at. Okay. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Very interesting subject matter here tonight. Let's see now. Let's see the first one. I'm not too sure where this is. Okay. All right. It's between all of these things that I'm going to be showing you is between Ganta and Tapeta. Okay, in Nima County. So let's watch. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio.
You need to watch this. You see what happened to the car? See this? This is one of the areas that you hear Grand Road cut off. Here is this, and I'll tell you why. I just hope I don't meet up with snakes. But if you look back here, and I'm going out in the bush now to show you. If you look back there, there's a creek. This is a lowland. All of the water coming out of this area, they come to the lowland and they want to try to cross the road. But they didn't provide any kinds of drainage system here that will be able to allow the water to go through. Here's a bridge over there. They have a bridge that's supposed to be spanning the creek. But what is happening, and I haven't been up there yet. How you doing, sir? I'm not up there yet. I'm going there. But I will just predict to you right now to tell you what is happening. What is happening is this. Most likely upstream, the water coming from upstream, but downstream is not clean. So the bridge, most likely, is filled up and the water come this way, because it seemed to me, even though the bridge is over there, but it looked like this is the lower spot. So all of the water in this area here sets here. To make it worse, I showed you the truck earlier. You have truck that comes in here, the weight is too much. And if you look at these things here, folks, I'm getting ready to do some serious engineering on you here this afternoon, Samson tour. Watch this, watch this, watch this. This thing didn't just happen overnight. If you look here, I'm going to show you. If you just look here, you see it here? This is the topsoil of this area. But what I want to show you is the separation. As the truck gets in here, the weight of the truck on the soil create the down low fraction of the road going down. And so you have this thing breaking up. It's breaking up now. You can see it because it's in the summertime. The sun, the place is dry. But if it is wet, you can't see nothing. So everything is soapy. The place is so soapy, the ground is so wet, you can't get anything. So what these people try to do, which is a little bit of a good engineering, they go and get logs to get traction. But what they're doing in return is, as they put, if I hear some paper here, as they do that, try to get traction, they roll also going deeper. And if you look on the side, you'll see some tire marks. Okay? Same thing on the other side. Because these people say, well, I don't want to drive in the middle anyway. I'll go on the side. And as they go on the side, they create this type of situation. Look how far I am. Look at me comparing to this. All right? So, I come in. Here's the tire mark I was just telling you about. So if you have these kinds of stuff, this whole area is the lowland. Up there, you have a little hill, okay? The water coming out. So when the water comes out, it goes into the creek here. But as I told you, and I'm going to show you now, I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right. Maintenance is the issue here. Okay. Oh, the scour, I'm not worrying about that because obviously the bridge is going to have to be scoured because if the water, so that means the water is going that way. I can tell right away because if they fall out, it comes here, hit the wall, takes some dirt out. But what I want to show you is this. As soon as this guy leaves, I'll show you. Okay? Okay, like I said, the water was coming this way without me even looking. But if you go downstream, you will find out that the debris is so much that the water comes backing up, coming back on this side. And so if it filled up, it goes on the road. Same situation here. If you were to find your way out upstream, you will find there's a lot of water comes out of here. So when it comes, they fill up. In fact, because of that, some black down there causing the scour in it. And I'm not making it up. Look at this. This is supposed to be a wind wall. And look how deep it is now. The scour. All of these things caving in. Sooner or later, this road gonna go. They say start here. We're already in the shoulder. It's gonna start going out. This road gonna go the next rainy season, unless people do something about it. So what I would have done, my fix, go ahead and put another box cover over there. Okay? Go ahead and put another box cover over there that will convey the water. And not only that, then you connect this water coming in to this point so that as it comes out of here, it goes out and get over there. Okay? So that would be my fix. But let's go in. I know we got more. But this is a very interesting one. Okay, so let's go and I will continue to tell you. If I thought of it, tell me, let me know. But I'm not making it up. This is the road to Grand Gita. You need to watch this.
Yeah, folks, I just show you one segment of it. Like I said, every one of us has an opinion. You're right. You say whatever you want to say. If this is not true, I was in Liberia. But if this is not true, please stay so. By the way, the point here is this. That road, it's bad. It's bad. Why do we have to have that? 12 years. Why do we have to have that? The wind wall, the erosion of the road, the problems of the road itself. I keep telling you, these are all water problems. Okay? I will show you one other segment. And then after that, I will show you how, if I'm in there, how I'm going to make sure to fix this thing. And basically, just from the video, all of the videos that I'm going to be showing, except for the one that I'm showing you that I captured myself, all the other videos, they're on YouTube. Okay, therefore, most of the fixes that I'm going to be telling you, they're on YouTube. But I know what to do. I know what they are. Okay? But anyway, let's go on. So the point here is this. When I was in Liberia quite recently, I went over there. Let me say again. I went to Liberia. A friend of mine, who used to be minister of public work, invited me to be as a company. So he said, Mr. To, will you please come down and teach my engineers how to do road design? So I was there for almost 2 months teaching them how to run instrument, survey instrument, teaching them how to design road, teaching them all of the nitty-gritty of designing road. Okay, so it's not like I'm just sitting down here eating kesali, doing nothing. I'm doing my part, and even what I'm doing now is good enough. But let me move on. Samson too. I love it when I do that. But anyway, let's move on. So here's another role. Now, if and I will continue to say, I'm not begging anybody for a job. I'm okay. I'm just satisfied what I'm doing. Okay? Now, if the opportunity is there for me to go home and contribute, I will do so. What I'm not going to do is to write and beg people for a job. I'm not going to do it. No way. You can take the road and go through toll time, go through my father's house. I don't care. I'm not going to beg anybody for a job. Let me say that right now. But anyway, but if the opportunity is there, say, you say you know this, can you do this and do this? You can do that. I just showed you the other day, just when was it? Wednesday. I showed you the road, the Doe community road, the construction aspect of it, how bad it looks. And I've not heard anybody coming out to debunk what I'm saying. If so, please do so. I will respect that. But let me show you. Let me show you another one. And this is a major highway. And this is somebody. After when I came back from Grand Jide and Kingdom, one of the things I was discussing with my friend was how much patient Liberians are very patient people. That their level of patience is unbelievable. The thing they tolerate in our country is unbelievable. For 12 years, and right now, again, the same situation is happening. The road that I just showed you right now, I bet you go there right now, that road cut off. In fact, there's some paper today where they said the road condition costing people, the ambulance are not able to take patients to the hospital on time. People are dying. People are dying. You're going to say and cost me because I'm making this point? Thank you. Enjoy yourself. Yes, what you don't know about me, whoever is cussing. Yes, what you don't know about me. At this age, at this point of my life, I am grounded I know who I am. Nothing you're going to say out there that's going to move me. Nothing, because I know who I am. At this point, nothing moved me. Nothing. Say whatever you want to say. I'll say what I want to do. By the way, let's go on. The reason of me showing these things can be fixed. These things can be taken care of. There's no reason for us to continue to live like this. I'm not the only Liberian engineer. In fact, I'm not even a good engineer. They have some good, way better engineers than me here in the United States. Contact these engineers and they will come home to help. They will come home to help. What most of them don't want, and we've been having some discussion about this, is you have an engineer come over there. First of all, let's just take Monrovia. Let's take down Waterside. When they build Waterside, there is no way you're going to put asphalt down without draining the water from the asphalt. So I'm sure those folks that were responsible, people like Gabriel Tucker, they were able to provide drainage system. But guess what? People go and build on those drainage systems. I'm going to leave from here. and get to Monrovia. I want to fix the place. First thing I want to know, okay, what is the existing condition? Okay, what are the existing facility? Are those because we don't have money. So are those existing facility, are they still good? Can I utilize them? So then I will start investigating. So I will find out that people have built houses over these drainage. First of all, they're in the right of way. Now tell the government, move them. How many people how many houses you're gonna break in down waterside before you start feeling like you're some kind of stupid person? Because these are people's houses. Doesn't matter whether they're in government land or not, but these are people's houses. When you break their house, where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? So then I'll say, okay, this particular type of facility, I can't use it. We'll find other means. And that's why make me an engineer, for me to think. For me to think for solution, make you find solution. That's what I can do. Okay? But most of the engineers, that's the better one. One of the reasons they don't want to do that. You leave from here and say, okay, this person, this other place, we're going to do this and do that. The Lebanese man or somebody else come out and say, oh, you're trying to affect my area. Run to Capitol building. Then before you load it, people calling SAMSON told you can't touch that area because my constituents don't want that kind of thing. I'm trying to give you a better thing than you're telling me you don't want it. And that's the reason why I'm going to leave right now. I can't run over there for people to give me a headache. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay? So let me just take, so write where you want to write. That's fine with me. Let me show you another row. These things are fixable. You can fix them. Like I said, you can fix them. I'll open the line tonight soon. So those who want to call and want to challenge me can do so. The opportunity is there. I'm not going to do a lot of dancing tonight. I'll open the line. No, on a very serious. Let me go and show you the other side. Now, this is a major highway connecting Nima, Grand Jide, River G, Maryland, Sino. Major highway. People from Grand Jide, you won't expect them to go all the way Maryland, Sino, come by Grand Bassa, River Cess, and all the way to Monrovia. There's somebody, just a paper today, I'm not too sure how true that is, but somebody died on their way to the hospital because the ambulance couldn't get to him on time and because the road was blocked. Car get stuck on the highway. Highway? I do highway here. Accident happened, major accident. And it takes them less than 10 hours to clean it up. Okay? 2, 3 days, 4 days, car stuck, you're there in Liberia. Let's show you this other one. SAMSON told LIBERIA. Folks, I'm just doing these things so that I would let you know that these things can be fixed. Look at this other one. And I'm sure, rainy season like this, what do you think happening to this road? SAMSON told LIBERIA.
Folks, this too is Grand Jide Road. Can you make it? Can you make it? Okay. Look at this. Look at this. This is a road. Grand Jide Road. Grand Jide, River G, Sino, Maryland. Let's watch OPA goes through here. Easy, easy. Okay. And these are the things that trucks will be using. If you look at this already, it's already bent. Why? Why do we have this in Liberia? Why do we have this kinds of stuff in Liberia? Why? That means look at the steel rod in this bridge, the old bridge. And look, the bridge was it's a thick bridge. But now the design of this bridge, whatever the engineer used, how they calculated what weight that's supposed to be on it. As you can see, this is a failed bridge. Simplest mean the weight that was determined for this particular bridge is not what is being applied. So now you have this situation Very dangerous situation. You come in at night and you don't see this, you want to come on the other side, you're going to be swimming. That's all that I can say. I'll leave it as that. But look, I'm going to walk. I'm taking time away from you guys here today, but I'm sorry. I'm not going to have that kind of opportunity. I want to make sure that I have this kind of stuff. Folks, I'm walking. This whole area is a lowland. Lowland. There's a water over there, you saw it. Okay? This whole area is a lowland. I'm just showing you why Grand Judah roads are cutting off. And it's going to happen again come one rainy season. This is Samson Tour, of course, reporting live this afternoon. Of course, by the time you see this, it's not going to be live. But I want to show you some of the problems that people are facing. I just show you the bridge, how bad that area is. The water coming from up the hill here. This is a whole lowland. There's no hills here. The only hills is on that side. Everything else is going that way. But here's what I want to show you. I just saw this here and I decided to walk. Okay? And I'm sorry if I'm taking your time, but I want to show you. The water coming out there, it gets in the area. It thinks that the bridge is good. No, it's not. So they get stuck here. It has developed, at this point, this whole area is muddy now. So the engineer or whoever the smart person is, they, okay, you know what? Let's take some dirt and try to make a new road. Forgetting to know that this is clay. And clay is a soupy area. Okay? Clay will take water in and soak water and hold water. You know that. But look at this. So they decide to dig over there and fill this in. And as they do that, because of the soupy area, because of the soupiness of the clay with water in it, you can't go through. Once again, the smart people of Liberia, the smart engineers of public works, decided, you know what, we're not going to bother these trucks. You go ahead and take any amount of load and put it on our road, and we're not going to bother you. And here is the result. I'm sure right now it's dry. Look here, it's dry. Huh? Yeah, of course. Of course. It's dry, but look at this. This is all powder. You see it? Because it's not raining, so it's dry. But if it rains, that powder here will turn to mud. And all the way to the bottom. And you can't go nowhere. You're going to get stuck. And for days, these people from Grand Judah or Sino County, Maryland, River G will go nowhere. And they get stuck here. But mind you now, they're also paying taxes. They're not freeloaders. The Southeastern were not freeloaders. These people pay taxes to the government of the Republic of Liberia. But yet still, when it comes to good services, they're not getting nothing. Ridiculous. And here is the lowland I told you about. Now, if you watch this, from this side is hill, and as I pan around, you can see this is a lowland. I'm on top of the hill right now, but where's this water gonna go? Lift the road up. Separation of a grade will do this for you. If you don't separate the grade, move the whole alignment. Put it somewhere else where you will be able to start fresh with new ideas, new design ideas that you're going to use. But if you come back and put this alignment right back here, you're going to be fixing a long time, and it's going to cost you a lot. Okay? So this is what I'm going to be doing most of the day. Thank you for your time. And I'm just showing you one more time. And this is one of the major areas where they say Grand Judah Road got cut off. Right here. Thank you, folks.
Again, folks, Samson told Uh, yeah, you could tell from at the end that I was getting a little bit concerned. But again, I think the brothers and sisters back home, I'm not saying that they're doing bad job, but these things can be taken care of. There's no reason that these things cannot be taken care of. Every one of us, whether you're in a social worker field, no one is beyond time anymore. They have Facebook deep inside of Liberia. So nothing you do nowadays will stay, hidden. Okay? Why do we have that? Why is that kind of bridge have to exist for 12 years? Now that the breaking down of that bridge didn't happen overnight. That's been going on for years. Okay? Concrete just doesn't fail like that. Especially concrete that have steels in it. You put the steel in the concrete for flexibility, because there's no flexibility in concrete. Concrete is a stiff material, so it'll break easily. But you put steel in it to help it to be flexible. The road that you drive on here, this concrete road that you see you're driving on here, they have transverse joint in it. And most of the joint they put in steel, which is about an inch, 2 feet long, an inch thick. But what happened is this: because you can't just pour the concrete from one end to another. You do that, you're not going to be successful. You're going to get crack all over, and once you have crack in the concrete, it's done. So they put these transverse joint in there. And where the transverse joints are is where the saw cut. But mind you, I'm just telling you this. So if you don't know, the transverse joint, and I don't mean to go all engineer on you here this afternoon. That's not my intent. I just want to bring this point up so that people would know. Okay. So when I'm talking about transverse joint, okay. And I will show you that. I will show you that one of these days. I'm trying to get my design tools together. But the transverse joint, if you having to walk on even concrete, but most of the city street, they don't have concrete. They're made out of asphalt, which is a flexible pavement. Asphalt is a flexible pavement. Concrete is a rigid pavement. But most of the highway, you find they're made out of concrete. Okay, and where the transverse joint is, where the steel is, they have saw cut, and the saw cut most likely some places are inch deep. The reason is the crack that comes on top of the concrete. By the time it gets to that joint, it stops. It can't cross, because once you put a hole in the concrete, nothing else can transfer from that. That's the reason of the saw cut. And if you know something about concrete roads, when you drive on the concrete road, you will find the little groove in it. They call it tiny. The tiny they have a truck. After the concrete is poured, they have a truck that comes behind the concrete paving machine. And they put these tiny groove in it. The reason being because concrete and water, people say, in fact, the Minister of Public Works made a statement on concrete love water. Yes, certain concrete, certain design makes will allow you to stay underwater that long. But certain design makes, especially when it comes to road, no. So they put a tiny in there for the water to go into the groove and try to get out. Okay? But I'm not going to go deep into that. I'm just telling you. They have the similar situation in Tapeta. It's just a little short segment of the road in front of the hospital. Concrete road. Less than 2-inch thick. Because I saw where it was the piece that fell out. And I look at it. I said, look at this. And you expect trucks from Guinea to drive on those things. But anyway, that's besides the point. So the point here, the bridge that you just looked at, the collapsing of that bridge didn't happen overnight. So one of the things that I noticed in Liberia, Now, mind you, now I was never an engineer. I just started this year about 2 years. Not even. I just became an engineer maybe 6 months ago. Not even that, 5 months ago. Okay, so I don't know much. But anyhow, the bridge that you look at, okay, the collapse of that bridge didn't happen overnight. One of the things that I noticed when I went to Liberia, there's two things, not one, major two things. Liberians care less for safety, especially those that have to do with roads and motor car. They care less for safety. Another thing that I noticed, they don't like to maintain. The maintenance process in Liberia when it comes to roadway doesn't exist. So I don't know exactly what the work of public work is. But my own definition of public work, the way I see it, is a high-class construction management firm, except they happen to be a Liberian firm. Okay? Now, these people, the bridge that I just showed you, what do you think if you have a maintenance a process, if you have a maintenance crew, they will notice immediately when the first place the bridge started breaking, they will notice, they will find solution to fix it. But once you have a steel in a concrete, once you expose that steel, the steel exposed to the outside element, you have issue. Concrete, steel. This is how when you put in concrete, you put steel in it. On top of the concrete, from the top of the steel to the top of the concrete, it has to be 1 inch, both sides. On the side, from the bottom of your ground to the bottom of the concrete, it has to be 1 inch. That's why when you see these people putting concrete lever down, they got what they call a chair, little bricks, 1 inch thick. They put it there, put a concrete, put a steel rod over it, and they pour concrete, because you can't have the steel rod cannot be on the floor. So wire mesh, even the wire mesh that people put down, when they put it down for driveway, they have hook. These people go in and lift it up, make sure it doesn't stay on the ground, because the element, once it touches the steel, it's done. The rust sets in, you're done. And if you were able to look at that, you will find that the rust causes problems. Once it starts going into the concrete, you can't do anything. Either you cut it off, take it and replace it. There are ways you can do that as well. You can drill into the concrete, put another steel in there. You don't have to splice the steel. You can put a drill into the concrete, put a steel in there, stick it out, and pour your concrete. Folks, this thing can be done. Why? Why are we not able to have these things taken care of? So it didn't happen overnight. That's my point. Okay? Okay, so okay. So again, that is the role that is happening in Liberia. Now let me show you now the fix. I'm going to show you now, and the other process that I'm going to be showing you, and I'm going to be out of here very shortly. The other process I'm going to be showing you, this particular company, they have a role, but it's wet. The ground is wet. It's not able to support any kind of load. When I'm talking about load and roll, it's not the Kenya you put over your head. It's the weight of the truck. So you refer that as load. Okay, so I'm not going to go into the segment of the tire, wheel, and I'm not talking about it, but the load. Okay, so they feel that the ground is so wet, it's not able to support the load. So this is how they decide to fix it. They take fly ash. Now, those of you that are in the concrete business, you know what fly ash is. Fly ash is concrete, just rocks, dust of rocks, mixed with some other chemical. And what they do, they mix it with the ground, the surrounding element, the surrounding earth. Mix it up. You know, just like you do with bread, when flour and chicken egg, you're trying to make a cornbread. God, I know how to cook. So when you mix those things, that's exactly what they try to do. Okay? So when they mix that, then they come and grade it. Now they have stable ground. And guess what? What these people are trying to achieve is what we have in Liberia with respect to clay. The toughness, the hardness of clay is what these people are trying to achieve. We don't have to go through this process because we already have it. It just remains for us to come up with the top segment of the road. We already have natural sub-base. You come up with a base. And then when you're finished with the base, you want to put asphalt or chip and seal, you can do that. However, one of the problems that we're not able to achieve a decent road condition in Liberia is water, because people fail to realize that in order for you to have a decent road, you must be able to control your water on the road. The facility must be dry. However, whether it's 6 months rainy, but make sure that you have a pretty much dry condition. Folks, Samson told Liberian Public Radio. I'm running my mouth again this evening. And why not? Why not? Why not? I'm just showing you these things that they're capable with Liberia. And don't let me point something out quickly. There are folks in Liberia that I used to work with here in Sacramento. Smart, very intelligent engineers. There are folks in Liberia that went to school in Russia, got their engineering degree in Russia. I don't say total, I said Russia. And yes, Samson, I can't even speak French. I can't even speak good English, let alone Russia. But in order for you to get your degree, first of all, you have to learn the pure language. You have to know with their language. Now you're going to be able to understand their calculation, the way they calculate the beams, the way they calculate concrete beam, and all those kinds of stuff. Okay, so those people, basically what I'm trying to tell you, that they're very smart. They're not dumb. However, we have these kinds of situations. What is the disconnect? What exactly is happening among our people that we're not able to recognize these things? They're engineers. Why are they not able to recognize these things? Liberia, how big is Liberia that you cannot split it in segments? Okay, this side, that your side, you make sure you keep your eyes on all of the road in that area. Make sure you have all of your equipment. People are there to do maintenance. What's wrong with that? And then you turn, once you finish, you turn it over to the county. The county official, they are not engineers. What do they have? They have public work representative in each of the county, and most of them are not engineers. But they expect for these people to be able to come up with idea how to maintain the road. You're trying to maintain the road. You don't have ditch. There's no quite good ditch. Your road, there is no slope to take the water away from the road. The water piled up. What happened? We have issues. Let me show you now the fix. The one that I'm going to be showing you is our company that try to achieve what I just told you we have is the stability of the soil. They're trying to achieve that. Watch this. They take the flash eye, mix it up with the ground around the area to make it much more stable for the paving condition that come in next. Samson to Liberian Public Radio.
Before any other actions are performed, we identify all possible hazards, such as manholes, water valves, gas valves, etc. We determine what materials are necessary for the job and order them from our various suppliers. When our product arrives from the suppliers in pneumatic trucks, very little dust is made when it is offloaded onto our spreader truck. The spreader truck, which is programmed for percent of mix and application rate, spreads the material evenly across the area to be mixed. After the material is spread, the mixer unit and water truck begin the mixing application that can essentially mix up to 14 inches in depth. The compacting begins next with the sheep's foot roller and steel-faced smooth drum. Lastly, the motor grader blades the mixed compacted area to the specs and profile required. Then, the chip seal process begins. First, the surface is properly cleaned of debris. Then it is treated with a prime oil to help tighten the surface and allow the liquid asphalt to bond to it. A distributor truck sprays liquid asphalt on the road. Circle C can do up to 24 feet in one pass. The chip spreader follows and spreads a rock or sand aggregate onto the liquid asphalt. A rubber tire roller is then used to set the rock in place. It takes multiple passes to set the rock. If wanted by the customer, sweeping can be done to remove any loose rock. This usually takes place the day after the rock is spread. Another lift of rock can be applied to the first lift, and that is called a double chip seal. Circle C recommends this on all roads that have been previously dirt or sub-base treated. If a fog coat is desired, it would be applied a few days after the rock is spread.
Folks, there you have it. If you were paying attention, you heard. And you can find this on YouTube. Most of these fixes, they're on YouTube. You can find it. Nowadays, you can stay in the village of Totan and still be able to see these kinds of stuff. There's no reason for us. Now, you said Liberia is poor, and which I agree. We don't have money. Chip and seal does not require a lot of work. Chip and seal does not require a lot of material. Chip and seal, you do chip and seal, you can come out, you can get the oil, sticky oil, which is the byproduct of the petroleum industry. They can give it to you. You make it so that you put rock, after you put it down, then you come and put rocks over it. Rock gets stuck to it. The drum come and roll it so that it will go down rail. When it rains, because the rocks are not piling over one another, there are voids in between the rock. So when it rains, the water go around the rock. It's not steep, but because the rock, they're higher than the water, because the water going down between the rock. So the rock now is a little bit higher. So your tire gonna find traction. All of these things that I'm talking about is for you to be able to have traction on the road. Friction. If you know anything about fixing, you know what I'm talking about. Folks, this is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm gonna go ahead and open the line, and I will expect people to call me. I laugh. I expect people to call me. Give me a call. Well, let's see how far you gotta go with me. But please don't call me and try to bring in how people stealing money and this. That's not my subject matter. So please give me a call. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Yes, I'm enjoying myself, to be honest with you. I'm truly enjoying myself. Now here is it. Give me a call. 916-533-2048. I'm not going to be here. If I don't hear from you in 2 minutes, I'm out of here. I just thought these things here that I try to do, it's not so much of me not being able to go to Monrovia or Liberia to be able to do these things. I don't have to be there. If I have the opportunity like this, LIBERIA Public Radio, Mr. Soul and Mr. Cry has given me this platform for me to be able to, what I'm doing here is pretty much a lecture. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't have to be in Liberia to do these things. Now, again, let's get one thing straight. Liberia is not a village. This is a country that have laws. This is a country that is being run by law-abiding citizens. I can't just get out of here, say, oh, because I feel Liberia need help, I'm here to help. That's not how it works. If you apply and the people need you, they call you. If you don't apply, they're not going to call you, number one. Second, if they feel that, okay, people, because we know each other, if they feel Samson can do X, Y, and Z, they will contact me. And I've talked to, I got family. If my family is in favor of me going now, that's fine. We'll deal with that. But what I'm not going to do is to beg people, call, and say, what do you have? I'm not going to do that. When I went to Liberia, I was invited on ELBC and had an interview with Tama, Prince Tama. Prince Tama is someone in Liberia that talked basically about infrastructure, vertical infrastructure, horizontal vertical, that's houses. Okay, so I was invited. We had a 1 hour discussion. It was very fruitful. Okay, so I know, but one of the things that, then I will talk about that in the next segment. One of the things that you find in Liberia, and those of you that have been to Liberia, you know what I'm talking about. When was the last time a taxi driver put you down on the shoulder? Okay, shoulder of the road. It doesn't have to be 8-foot shoulder, 4-foot shoulder, and you still have a ETW, which is the lane that car can't drive on. You just park. Well, you can drive on it, but it's not where you're going to go to speed up. Okay, they don't have it. So most of the taxi drivers, when they're ready to put you down, they put you down in the middle of this road because they don't want to get off. The drop off point between the asphalt and the bottom of it, most of it like 12 inches, sometimes 16. They get off, they can't get back on. So what do you want the taxi driver to do? To ruin his car? When you're building these things, you provide shoulder. When was the last time in Liberia you find a big supermarket with parking lot? Forget supermarket. Most of the government building, do they have parking lot like you do here? Most of the hotels, do they have parking lots? Most of these supermarkets in Singa, do they have parking lot? Why would you give somebody permit to build a commercial building without parking lot, knowing fully well that Liberia you got cars? You made the person to understand you want to build this. What is the reason? He'll tell you, okay, this reason according to the rule, if you're going to build this type of building, this is the amount of parking straw that you need to have. We don't have that. Give me a call now. I'm listening. 916-533-2048. Give me a call. Let me hear you. If I'm saying something that is not right, say so. I'm waiting. Give me a call. Okay. No, but on a very serious note, if you can't call me, that's okay. That I'm out here and I'm going to an hour and a half. That's fine. Basically, what I'm trying to do here is this. I'm not saying what I'm saying here is that I want the Liberian people to follow that or Liberian government to no, far from it. But one of the things that I'm trying to do is to have some sort of a capacity building. In other words, where young Liberian engineer, because when I went home, the class was packed. Classroom was packed. Okay. I was there for almost 2 months. Every day, we have a class from 8 to 12. I went outside with them, set up the instrument, showed them how to read a level, showed them how to take reading of a level based on what you want to do, whether you want to put a parking lot down, the elevations and stuff like that. So we went through all of those things. Okay. So it's not like I'm just sitting down here running my mouth after eating heavy cassava leaf. That's not how it happened. This is Samson. So folks, I have to run. This is Friday afternoon. I have to run myself. But I really, really appreciate those of you that have been listening and tuning in. Let me just take one. I'm not going to read these comments loud. I just whenever the comment sound interesting, I'll just laugh and yes, I've been to Liberia. Well, I'll be going to Liberia hopefully in December. I just show you real facts, and they're not towed down there. They're highway. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you guys very much for tuning in and making our show number one again. We appreciate it. We'll continue to bring you the best because that's what we want to do here. I'm going to give you at least 5 more seconds and I'll be out of here. Samson to LIBERIA Radio. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and take a leave of you now and say good night to you. Oh, by the way, tomorrow morning, LPR will start a show. I'm a liberal. Now I'm getting off of the railway business. I'm back into politics now. I'm a liberal. So Mr. Alfonso Zionso and myself going to engage each other on a lot of issues affecting our people. Tune in tomorrow. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Because Mr. So view and my view, but we're brothers. He's my little brother. And I respect him a lot. I respect his view. But we're going to have a conversation tomorrow. And I ask you to tune in. And I think those of you that might want to call in and have a conversation with us will be the best time to do so. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Let me get out of here now and say thank you very much. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday afternoon. Please stay out of trouble. We love you very much. Please tune in again so that at least we all can have conversation. We respect you. We respect your view. No matter how dense the view is, it's your view. Who am I? Who am I? To be honest with you, who am I to say whatever comment you're making is not a good comment? How can I make that judgment? From what position that I'm standing to make that kind of judgment against somebody else's view? Even if I don't agree with your view, but that does not give me the right to say your view does not belong in this type of conversation. No. Wrong. And that's the thing that I want all of us to understand. Having said that, I'll say good night to all of you. Folks, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Good night now. Let's do it again. Saturday morning, of course, we'll come on air. Good night, folks.
nakoti na Cine Palace, nakoti na Bellevue, naleki na Tipekae, nakoti na Endetway. Adeito, mon amour. Hey, hey, mon amour, mon amour. Hey, hey, mon amour. Zame adeito, nalingi oh mama adeito. Hey, hey, mon amour. Mama adeito, naponi oh mama adeito. Hey, hey, mon amour. Janine amelo, nalingi oh mama amelo. Hey, hey, mon amour. Elongi na yo ekati me monte manga na kolela. Hey, hey, mon amour. Loposo na yo esilisinga mayalenga na kolela. Hey, hey, mon amour. Zame adeito, nalingi oh mama adeito. Hey, hey, mon amour. Zame adeito, naponi oh mama adeito. Hey, hey, mon amour. Janine amelo, nalingi oh mama adeito. Hey, hey, mon amour.